race fans, we are here live from the new Phoenix International Raceway, getting ready for the 5th race of the NASCAR SEGA Cup Series, season number 4, getting ready for the Instacart 500. Now, this is the first time that the SEGA drivers have been to this track under this new configuration, where the start-finish line, the start-finish line, it sits formerly where turns 1 and 2 used to be, but now technically it's under the new it's the new turns 3 and 4 technically, after the where they sit in the travel, as we just saw the camera change there. There's where the new start finish line sits, as we see the field sitting on pit road getting ready to get underway. Now, I'm looking at the points here. James McCloud, he is now the new points leader, but he's only 10 points ahead of another James Silverfox in the 82 out of Red Bull. He sits second in the points, as our front row will consist of William Brock in the 42 after he got into an accident last week, and Cody Lamas in the 11 out of the Joe Gibbs Racing stable. All these drivers are looking to try to turn their seasons around here today. We're going to be racing here for 35 laps. So what kind of racing are we going to see? I don't know, but we're just seconds away from those famous words in motorsports.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
I'm up in the center of 1 and 2 up here, so as you're going down the back stretch into 3, it may appear to me that they're inside, but they may be just shy of that. I'll really try to stay on top of that all night, buddy.
As we see the cars rolling off pit road, here is your starting lineup for the Instacart 500. Pace car already is making his way down pit road as we switch to the spectators camera. William Brock will indeed lead the field down for his first pole of the season, but he's going to have some work to do, as this will be the first time that the SEGA drivers have all been at this configuration of Phoenix, as they're heading into turns 3 and 4 here, getting ready to take the green flag, as they're just starting to hit the restart zone, and the green flag is now out here at Phoenix. Oh man, they're already wasting very little time trying to go 3 wide. And oh man, William Brock and Cody Lamas, they both have gotten into the wall, and that's going to give the lead over to Ryan Acosta in the 78. Trying to make sure I'm on the TV1 camera, and I am. As Ryan Acosta will indeed lead the first lap, as we see Alex Ferranti settles himself in 2nd place. 3rd place now is going to be Dylan Pote, but he's going to have Cole Daly in the 18. Cole Daly, he's running the Stanley colors on his number 18 this week, as Pote goes to the high side, and oh man, it looks like he came in a little bit of contact with Michael Norman, but he manages to hang on to it. As Ferranti's trying to do what he can to chase down the number 78, as Acosta continues to lead, as we just hit lap number 3. The field is really straight now, as Michael Norman settles himself in 4th place. And oh man, here comes Joshua Mudd. Oh man, they almost made it 4 wide. Joshua Mudd, he's just up ahead of his teammate Nathan Ormond now, as William Brock finally finds himself back on the inside. Well, now he's going to be stuck in a 3 wide situation between Nathan Ormond himself and Dylan Pote. As Nathan Ormond, he dives down under to try to This is actually a 3-wide battle for the 6th position. And oh man, a lot of these guys are just driving dangerously close to each other. And oh man, they're just beating and banging throughout the field as we head back to the front. It's still all about Ryan Acosta in the 78. Now the last time Ryan Acosta was in victory lane in the NASCAR SEGA Cup, it was the Brickyard 400 last season when he was in the 38 car. He would love to give Spire Motorsports their first ever SEGA Cup Series victory. Formerly, the 78 was a part of Furniture Road, but since they unfolded, Spire Motorsports took over the 78's operations. Heading further back, leading this pack here is former points leader Tim Fiegel. Tim Fiegel right now, he sits in the 8th position, and here comes our Rockingham winner, Charles Seffer, coming up in 9th. And oh man, as William Brock, our pole sitter, he fell all the way back to the 10th position. And oh man, and I think the caution is out. Is it? Yes it is, the caution is out. And Tim Fiegel, he's actually coming down pit road. Oh man, the caution is out, and I'm trying to see who's on involved. And there's Cody Lamas. Oh man, he started 2nd. There's Levi McIntire back here, and oh man, there's some damage to the 23 of Brandon Crasta. Oh man, 2 weeks in a row that the 23 car has found trouble. And there's a few more drivers coming down pit road. There's Simon Oscon in the 91. And oh man, that's Allison Rain now in her pit box. As we see Sky Commons taking his pit stop. And I believe that's all the drivers that that got involved in this. There's one more car. Oh, well, there's actually a few more cars on pit road. There's Dougie Shears, RJ Bishop, and Tim Fiegel, who we saw go down earlier. But let's take a look and see what happened to bring out our first caution of the day, as Ryan Acosta is our race leader. Well, here's how to brought out our first caution. This is the best view that I can find. In turns 1 and 2, James McCloud actually gets loose and gets into the safer barrier, which makes him lose a lot of speed. And as he's trying to recollect himself and get back onto the track, he gets into the left side of Cody Lamas in the 11. As the two drivers, as you can see, they're scraping together, stuck, and they're literally going 4 wide as they're coming out of turn 2 and into the back straightaway. And it doesn't end there, as we see that James McCloud hits the wall once more, and that makes him turn the 11 car right next to Simon Oscon and right behind Dylan Young and Steven Gonzalez. And luckily they were able to drive on by, but here comes Brandon Crasta and he hits the 11. Oh man, as the 11 continues to spin out along the track, here's a better view. The cameras aren't really good on this track, as we see Stephen Cullen gets into the left side of Levi McIntire as Cody spins out in front of the 60 James McCloud with his hood damaged as he drives on by. Oh man, not a good day for the FedEx office number 11 after starting on the front row here today. And here we are back at Phoenix, getting ready to get back to the restart, as we already see the pace car going down pit road. We have 2 drivers to retire out of the race. They are Brandon Crasta and Cody Lamas. Once we get back underway, the first 11 drivers did not come down pit road, and our top 10 goes as follows: Ryan Acosta, Alex Ferranti, Cole Daly, Michael Norman, Joshua Mudd, William Brock, Kyle Matthews, James McCloud, James Silverfox, and Simon Oscon. That is our top 10 as we are getting back underway here at Phoenix. The green flag is now back out. But you now switch to the spectators camera. I'm trying to see which is the best camera angle to follow all this action. As oh man, Cole Daly, he goes to the inside of Alex Ferranti for the lead, and it looks like he wants more. Cole Daly, he's gonna try to take the lead away from his quote-unquote teammate. Well, former teammate, I should say, as Cole Daly will indeed lead this lap at Will Still Green as they're going 4 wide for 4th back there. Joshua Mudd now finds himself in 3rd place as Alex Ferranti, he just sideswiped the wall very hard. That's gonna make him lose a lot of momentum. And we got a wreck in the back. They're wrecking in the back. Oh man, that's not what we need to happen, as without a doubt that will indeed bring out our second caution, as Cole Daly will lead them to the start-finish line. Oh man, big wreck out of turn 2, and there's Danny Wells. Oh man, he's got some rear end damage, and oh no, the points leader James McCloud, he's got some front end damage. And there's some damage to the 98 of Aaron Macklin. There's Dylan Pote. Oh man, another week where he's just ran into bad luck. And oh man, there's some damage to Jessica Shelton and to the left side of Jake Rogers. And oh man, I think they were bunching up back here. Oh man, Dustin Stoller's got damage. Christina Bell, she's got damage to the new Sun Chips colors on her number 40. Oh man, and it looks like there's a little bit of damage to the 6 of Nathan Hudson. We're gonna have to go to the replays and see what all happened to bring our second caution of the day. And here's having to brought out our second caution of the day. Coming out of turn 2, it looks like our Ricky Raceway winner, Brayson Mitchell, he gets into the left rear quarter pounder of Danny Wells, and that slides him towards the safer barrier, and he hits it and spins out. But Danny Wells also came in contact with Dylan Pote, as Aaron Macklin spins out, as well as Danny Wells. He gets hit by the 24 of Seth Cole here. And oh man, Christina Bell got collected back there. And then up ahead where Pote spins out, he gets clobbered by his own teammate, James McCloud. Oh man, trouble in paradise at Phoenix Racing here today, as Pote just tumbles down the back straightaway. Luckily, Seth Cole misses him. And further back, we see Jessica Shelton get collected. Oh man, Jonathan Zorlin gets into Danny Wells. Steven Gonzalez is stuck back there, as well as the number 3 of Cole Deaver. And it looks like the number 60 of Levi McIntire is also back there, as Dylan Pote lands back on his wheels and manages to drive away. But oh man, Phoenix is taking no prisoners right now, as we also saw that Jake Rogers got collected as well. That's where he got that left side damage from. We're going to have to route on board with a couple of people and see what they saw. Here we are riding on board with the number 24 Exalta Camaro of Seth Cole. There's a contact with Danny Wells, and then we see James Qualls just clobbering Dylan Pote. Luckily, Cole missed Pote tumbling down the front straightaway, but unfortunately he did suffer a small casualty after that hit from Danny. Now here we are riding aboard with the number 6 GuaranteedRate.com Ford Mustang of Nathan Hudson. Hudson barely misses Christina Bell and slams on the brakes just in time to avoid hitting James McCloud in the 51. So that's good driving from the number 6. Now here we have one final onboard camera with the number 51 Blue Fox Camaro of James McCloud. He couldn't see with all the smoke that was in front of him and the other cars spinning out and wrecking. And unfortunately, I think McCloud may be done here for the day with all that front end damage. Not a good day for the points leader. Here we are back at Phoenix getting ready for the restart. We're going to restart with 20 laps to go, and we have 2 more drivers who retire out of the race. They are Danny Wells and James McCloud. And we have 3 cars currently at 1 lap down: Michael Norman, Cole Daly, and Allison Rain. Once we get back underway, Tim Fiegel is our race leader. Second is Dougie Shears. Third is Sky Commons. Fourth is Nathan Orman. 5th, Zachary Fitzwater. 6th, Joshua Osborne. 7th is going to be Mitchell Collins. 8th is Brett Kenningberg. 9th is Alex Drayden. And rounding out the top 10 will be Dustin Stuller. The rest of the top 15 are Stephen Colin, Christina Bell, Jake Rogers, Cole Deaver, and Steven Gonzalez. As we're getting back underway here at Phoenix, the green flag is back out. Now, will these lap cars take into effect? But Tim Fiegel, he's gonna do what he can to try to use these lap cars to help him out. And I just heard tire screeching. I think the caution is already back out. I did hear tire screeching. I don't know if someone got loose and spun out. And I'm trying to see if the yellow flag is waving. And yes, it is. The caution is back out. That did not take long at all. And oh no, it was Dustin Stuller. Oh boy. Oh man, I bet he probably got loose entering turns 1 and 2. And I think it may have been just a solo car spin. But let's take a look and see what happened to the number 8. This must be the racetrack where teammates can't work together. Heading into turns 1 and 2, Dustin Stuller gets hooked by his own teammate Cole Deaver, and he spins him out right in front of Jake Rogers. I'm guessing Cole Deaver didn't like the fact that Dustin Stuller ran Bass Pro Shops here today, because he just flat just hooked him right in front of the 94. And that was enough to bring out our 3rd caution of the day. And here we are back at Phoenix, getting ready to get back underway for our restart. And as soon as I started recording, his car went back into the garage area. It turns out that Dylan Young in the number 2 had engine problems, and I was actually gonna try to get a report with him, but unfortunately he took his car back to the garage area, so he is done. He will most likely finish 38th once this race is over. But anyway, we're back to the front. We're gonna restart on lap number 21 as the lap drivers are already starting to line up behind, they're already starting to line up on the inside line here. As we see that Tim Fiegel is still our race leader. 2nd is still Sky Commons. 3rd now is Zachary Fitzwater. 4th is Dougie Shears. 5th is Joshua Osborne. 6th is Nathan Orman. 7th now is Mitchell Collins. 8th, Alex Drayden. 9th is Brett Kenningberg. And running out the top 10 is Stephen Colin. The rest of the top 15 is his teammate, Steven Gonzalez, the 17 of RJ Bishop, Charles Sanford, Cole Deaver that actually brought out the last caution, and Brayson Mitchell. Phoenix is not really taking any kind of prisoners. Tim Fiegel, he's going to have to try to rely on some of the lap traffic again, hopefully to try to keep his lead. And that's exactly what he's going to try to do. But the question is, everyone is going to be on different pit strategies. Some people took 4 tires, some took 2, and some just took fuel only. And I don't know what Fiegel took, but we're going to find out shortly as the pace car is already back on pit road. And the green flag is back out here at Phoenix. And Sky Commons, he is all over the back bumper of the 19. Commons would love to try to get a victory after he came in second place. At Rockingham, but Tim Fiegel, he is running away with that lead. As we see the Stewart Haas teammates actually duking it out for second place. But here comes Joshua Osborne along with Mitchell Collins. They're going 4 wide for second place. Oh man, that's going to give second over to the 22 of Mitchell Collins. Oh man, and they're going 3 wide for second place. And Michael Norman and Alex Loren, they both hit the outside wall. This is everything that Tim Fiegel needs right now, as he's trying to use his teammate to protect his lead. Joe Gibbs Racing, they're trying to come up with a strategy, and I don't know if Cole Dowd is going to try to get one of his laps back, or he's going to try to defend the lead for his teammate, as Joshua Osborne, he now finds his way into second place. Joshua Osborne, he has been having trouble over the last couple of weeks, and he finds himself in the silver spot right now. Mitchell Collins is chasing behind him closely in third place, as we're about to have a battle for fourth now between Nathan Orman and Zachary Fitzwater in the 4. But now here comes Dougie Shears. Dougie Shears had a good chance to win last week, and then he found himself getting involved in that last caution. Dougie Shears, he would love to try to rebound. As we see Zachary Fitzwater, he scraped the wall. That's gonna make him lose a ton of spots. And oh man, and I think there was a spin further back. I don't know if the caution is out. I'm trying to see, and no, the caution's not out. We're still going green here as we head back to the front now. It looks like Cole Dowley just got one of his laps back. Let me check the ticker. Yes, he is. He did get one of his laps back. So if the caution comes back out, he will be back on the lead lap. But now Tim Fiegel, he's on his own for right now, and Joshua Osborne, he's trying to do what he can to chase down that number 19. Joshua Osborne is all over the back bumper of the 19. Let's ride on board with the gear wrench number 1. And oh man, as soon as we switch to the onboard camera, it looks like Osborne tried to get a little run out of turn number 2. He couldn't quite make the move just yet, but he is doing what he can to chase down that 19 as laps are indeed running down. And oh no, the caution is out. Someone spun out across the start-finish line. And oh man, that is not what Osborne needed to see. But that helps out Cole Dowley, because now that's going to help him get back at the tail end of the lead lap. But now we have to see who spun out. And it looks like it may have been either Dustin Stoller or Dylan Poteet once again. Oh man, I believe this is the 3rd week in a row where Dylan Poteet has found trouble, and this is not what he needed at all. Let's go take a look at the replays to make sure that it was in fact Poteet that brought out this 4th caution. Now here's what happened, where we saw that puff of smoke at the start-finish line, which I thought that was the reason that the caution came out, but it wasn't. Heading out of turn 4, RJ Bishop gets into it with Jonathan Zorlin, and luckily Zorlin didn't completely spin out, and I thought that was the reason that our caution came out, but it wasn't. What actually brought out our caution did involve the number 17 of RJ Bishop, however, but it was later on in that same lap. And here's what happened. Coming out of turn 2, it looks like that Kyle Matthews actually got into the left rear quarter panel, and he came down right onto the 70 of James Qualls here, which makes the 17 of RJ Bishop spin out right in front of Levi McIntire. Trying to get to a better camera angle. The camera angles on this track kind of suck. But anyway, as the 17 spins out right in front of Simon Oscon, that makes a puff of smoke come out, and I don't know if that was from the 91 or the 17, and that was what actually brought out the yellow flag here. I thought it was Poteet, but he was already slow from that damage earlier. And it looks like RJ Bishop sits at the entrance of turn 3, so the number 17 may be done here today. Here we are back at Phoenix, hopefully for the final time. We're going to restart with only 5 laps to go. And I was right, RJ Bishop did in fact drop out of the race. Anyway, once we get back underway, Tim Fiegel, he's going to have some work to do, as he is still our race leader. Joshua Osborne sits 2nd. 3rd is Mitchell Collins. 4th, Dougie Shears. 5th is going to be Nathan Orman. 6th, Sky Collins. 7th, Brett Kenningberg. 8th, Stephen Colin. 9th is Brayson Mitchell. Running out the top 10 is Cole Deaver. The rest of the top 15 are Joshua Mudd, Steven Gonzalez, Nathan Hudson, pole sitter William Brock, and Charles Sanford. Now, Tim Fiegel, ever since he took the lead, he has not looked back, but he doesn't have a teammate to protect his lead anymore. He's going to have to do that same job for the next 5 laps if he wants to try to win his first race in his new ride, as the green flag is back out. You know, man, we already see Nathan Orman trying to work on passing the lap machine of Michael Norman here. And oh man, Tim Fiegel's going to the outside. That's going to open the door for Mitchell Collins and Dougie Shears as they're going 3 wide for 2nd place. Oh man, these guys are hungry. The 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th are all trying to get their first wins. Tim Fiegel, he's already won in the SEGA Cup Series before, but he's never won in the 19. And oh man, here comes the one machine of Joshua Osborne. He's going to the inside as Tim Fiegel goes really high. And oh no, Osborne's coming down pit road. They cannot make it. And oh man, Mr. Collins just got spun out by Dougie Shears coming to pit road. And oh man, I think the caution is back out because I think Matt McIntire may have spun out. Is the caution out? And yes, it is. Unfortunately, it's back out. Oh man, I did not want to see that. I saw Matt McIntire spin out, and it looks like it was in turns 1 and 2. And oh man, I don't know if Tim Fiegel. I hope Tim Fiegel has enough fuel to make it. This isn't the first time he's won a race under caution, and it might happen again. But let's take a look and see what happened to Matt McIntire. And here's what happened to brought out our 5th and final caution. Last week's winner, Matt McIntire, actually gets loose, and he gets right into the lap machine of Allison Rain, and unfortunately, they both hit the safer barrier, and that was literally enough to bring out the caution here. His wheels are locked up right in front of Allison Rain, and that was enough to bring out the yellow flag. I'm trying to look for the caution lights. And there they go. The caution lights are on right now. That was enough to bring out the yellow flag here at Phoenix. And here we are back at Phoenix for the final time. The leaders just took the yellow flag and the white flag, and I'm trying to stay here with the action to make sure no one comes down pit road. And if the field stays like it is right now, Tim Fiegel will capture his very first win of season number 4, and I believe this may be either his 2nd or his 3rd win of his career in the NASCAR SEGA Cup. But I'm trying to make sure no one has to come down pit road, because some drivers did come down before they took the pace lap. And nope, no one's making an indication for pit road here. I really hated that my race has to end under caution, because this could have been a good battle for the win here. But unfortunately, that's just how it is in the NASCAR SEGA Cup. Heading into turns 3 and 4 for the final time, following the pace car with no engine problems, as they are like widely known in the NASCAR SEGA Cup. As they're passing the restart zone, it looks like that Tim Fiegel, he will take home the Instacart 500 as he will win here at Phoenix. Ever since Tim Fiegel took the lead, he has not looked back. His teammate Cole Daly was a lap down, and he actually defending his lead for a while, but that will definitely be a factor here, as the 19 will bring home the trophy to victory lane. Joshua Mudd, after weeks of having bad luck, he'll have to settle for 2nd place. 3rd place is Cole Deaver in the number 3. 4th is going to be Brayson Mitchell, our winner from Ricky Raceway. And rounding out the top 5 is going to be Nathan Hudson. But the day in the desert belongs to Tim Fiegel. Okay, S4 Instacart 500, race number 5, and this race is indeed in the books. Tim Fiegel unfortunately wins the race under caution for the 2nd week in a row. A NASCAR SEGA Cup Series race ends under caution. Pole sitter William Brock found trouble earlier in the race, but he'll settle for a top 10 finish. Charles Sanford ends up 7th. James Silverfox ends up 8th. And if I'm not mistaken, that might make him the new points leader, because James McCloud, he ended up getting involved in a wreck earlier. Jonathan Zorlin ends up 9th. And rounding out the top 10 was Alex Ferranti. Then we have Kyle Matthews, James Qualls, Levi McIntire, Simon Oscon, and Zachary Fitzwater rounds out the top 15. And then we have Jake Rogers, Dustin Stuller, Jessica Shelton, Seth Cole, and Dylan Pote still rounds out with a top 20 despite being in the back for the majority of the race. Then we have last week's winner Matt McIntire, Joshua Osborne. He and Dougie Shears had a chance to try to get a nice finish, but unfortunately their cars couldn't make it on fuel. This is actually the second week in a row where Dougie Shears had a chance to win a race, but his car could not make it. They're gonna have to go to the R&D to try to figure out what's going on with that 83. Sky Commons ends up 24th, then Mitchell Collins ends up 25th here. Then we have Brett Kenningberg, Nathan Orman, Stephen Colin. Stephen Colin was actually the last driver on the lead lap. Then we have Michael Norman, Ryan Acosta, Alex Drayton, Allison Rain, Steven Gonzalez, Cole Daly, Christina Bell, and Aaron Macklin all finished the lap down. And then from 37th on down to 42nd, we have RJ Bishop, Dylan Young, James McCloud, Danny Wells, Cody Lamas, and Brandon Crasta. Oh man. Hopefully next week we'll have a race that doesn't end under caution here. We're gonna have to take a look at the schedule and see what's the next race here. We went to Phoenix, so that means that, let's see here. Sorry about that, guys. The next race will take place at Atlanta, so hopefully we'll have some good racing there. It's gonna be the old Atlanta where there's gonna be some good racing here, but I hope these guys are finally tired of the desert, because we're gonna head to the southeast for Atlanta Motor Speedway for yet another night race under the lights. Congratulations one last time to Tim Fiegel for winning the Instacart 500, and we'll see you next time.